Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm Jack. I'm a third year IT degree apprentice. Currently a software engineer. I've just transitioned role and I just moved over from the vehicle cybersecurity team.
Brilliant, fantastic. Yeah, so let's get straight into it. What has been your career journey so far, and what's been the best bits?
So it's not been too much of an illustrious career so far. Started working at Sports Direct while I was in college, and then sort of decided I wanted to go down the degree apprentice route. So I joined Ford, and I started, in a role I never thought I'd be in my life, which was a vehicle cybersecurity role. Which I learned so much from. It was more of a business orientated role, more of a project manager based role, and something that, like I said before, didn't even know existed. So that was exciting. And yeah, now I'm currently a software engineer, which is a new challenge for me. Something I didn't do at school or college, but yeah, something I'm just finding my feet with now.
Brilliant. No, sounds exciting, and obviously, like the career progression and things sounds amazing. So how and why did you choose Ford for the IT apprenticeship?
Well, yeah, I have passion for cars, so that was an easy choice with Ford, and also just the opportunity to work at a global company. I knew there'd be so many opportunities working for a global company, and yeah, heard lots of good things, and yeah, it's not been proved wrong so far. The amount of support I've got has been amazing, and speaking to a few apprentices before I joined really sort of set my mind on that I wanted to work for Ford after the support and training I've received throughout has been great so far. So yeah.
Brilliant. No, the idea of like the global company is amazing. And I think it's like gives you that career progression and career development, which is, key and ability to network with so many people in the field, I think is really important. And then, so for people not so familiar with Ford IT apprenticeships, can you summarize exactly what you do, almost a day in the life, what the roles cover? Do you rotate in your degree apprenticeship? Like, what's the themes there?
Yeah, so it's a 4 year degree apprenticeship. You have two roles for 2 years. So your first role, they put you in either a business orientated role or they call it a technical role. So your technical roles are more on the software engineering side, and your business roles are more sort of, like PM roles. And you basically go to uni 1 day a week, which you get a day release for. So the university I'm at is the University of Greenwich, but it's the Kent campus. So I travel up there once a week, and then you work for the other 4 days, and then once your uni terms are over, you go back to working 5 days a week. And what you get to do is, like I said, a business role, which is more project management. You work a lot more with, I'd say, a lot more opportunity to work with people from a lot of other areas in these project management roles. I was working with a lot of people from sort of product development and engineering in this role, not just IT. And then you go into a more technical based role, which is software engineering for me, and obviously a lot more agile based, something I'd never done before, and sort of still finding my feet with now. But yeah.
Brilliant. No, I think that's really, you know, a good insight into what you do and like the different projects and different roles, really key. What are the main day-to-day tasks you cover within your role?
So yeah, I could probably give you a bit of both roles to be fair. So
Mhm.
the vehicle cybersecurity role was like I mentioned, a project management role. So I was sort of communicating with feature owners from, well, sort of just to roll off a few: Brazil, Australia, India, Germany, the US, sort of all over to make sure that their features are cyber secure. So there's a new cybersecurity regulation coming in for all vehicles, not just for Ford vehicles. And my purpose in that role was to meet with these feature owners, ensure they had the right documentation, ensure that they were happy with what they were providing, and then also talking to chief program engineers of all the new vehicles and reporting the status of all of these features. And that role was also really good as it gave me an opportunity to have time to drive process improvement, which was a big thing, something again that I hadn't done before, and that was a good challenge. So yeah, that was sort of the day in life of that one. That one I worked a lot with the US, which after joining after a week, and I've sort of realised my days were sort of more heavily afternoon based. But that was a no, really good experience. And then now I'm in something completely different. So software engineering, like I said, agile, completely new to me. I tend to have a scrum in the morning with my team. We sort of catch up on all the stories. Then I get the opportunity to pair with a more experienced developer. Then get time to afford paying for some training for some courses, so I get a couple of hours in the afternoon to do that, and then sort of link back up and see if I've got any extra stories to work on with other developers. So yeah, sort of a bit of both roles there.
Yeah.
So
And like every day is different kind of thing, like with all the new projects and, you know, legislations to me. I think that's really, yeah, good opportunity. So why did you decide to go down the apprenticeship route rather than university?
yeah, so I knew I wanted to work. So obviously that's a big thing. But I did also realize the importance of having a degree. And usually you can't have the best of both worlds. But obviously this degree apprenticeship opportunity offered me that the opportunity to work and get paid while also being able to study and get a degree. So I'd say for me that I did want to gain that years of experience of working to sort of get a head start and sort of to propel my career. So being able to have 4 years of experience, 2 years in a technical role, 2 years in a business role, sounded like a pretty good opportunity to me. And then also I do still manage to get a degree out of it as well, which is why I opted for this route. So.
No, yeah, I think the balance and obviously like working out that you like working is really key. Um, so yeah, and then what other tech disciplines are you involved in within your role, and that people may not know about, like that kind of thing?
So yeah, one thing that I definitely got exposed to here, like I mentioned previously, was the vehicle cybersecurity. So looking at how vehicles now communicate. Obviously, vehicles now have hundreds and hundreds of features. I'm sure most people don't even know how to work them all. But learning about them, understanding how they communicate to each other, and also understanding then the importance of keeping them secure and stopping people from hacking them, was definitely something that I found interesting so far. And then also, after speaking to a few of my colleagues as well. Uh, Instead of just it's not all just software engineering. For example, one of them is doing sort of CAD design, so designing data centers and going then actually helping to implement data centers. So a couple of things that I wouldn't have thought of when you mentioned IT to me, but yeah, now I've worked here, I'd say it's some other challenges based off your, I guess, typical IT roles. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, totally agreed. But then you always, you know, step up to the challenge and overcome it, and then you use it in other roles as well. So
exactly.
yeah, brilliant. And then how do you manage your time between studying and working?
Yeah, so
Personally?
what I like to do, this is just for me personally.
Mhm,
I prefer to get as much done during the week as I can. So I'll tend to stay logged on a bit later after work, so I get some of my assignments done. Because it can be challenging if you let them all build up to the last minute, and just doing small increments at a time and not leaving them all to the last minute. I know everyone says that, but that is the best advice
mhm,
I could give to anyone. So I tend to work a couple of hours sort of each night during the week, and then leave myself the weekends free to go and
mhm.
enjoy myself as well. So
Yeah. And how does Ford support you with that time management
yeah,
piece?
so obviously we do get the day off for university, which is good because it means you have a whole day where you can completely switch off from work. You're not expected to be working on that day. This is for you to do university, which helps. And also you can, I mean, there's been a bit of overlap as well with the degree, right? So for a few of in my software engineer role, we've been coding in Java. I've also had a few assignments that are coding in Java. So the learning I've actually been doing at Ford has then helped me with my uni assignment and vice versa. So that's also quite good. And yeah, management understand the importance and pressures of getting a degree. So always speaking to them, they always can give you support and guidance on anything you might need help with, or finding people for you to speak to that might be able to give you any advice on anything is always useful.
No, brilliant. No, I think it's really key, and also getting the balance because you've got to learn and then apply it and then maintain all those things in moderation and everything. So, what opportunities are available for you through Ford following on your apprenticeship? So, what are your next steps, kind of thing, career progression? How are they best helping you, and what opportunities are there available?
Yeah, so definitely, well, the first part is getting a degree. That's my main aim, getting a degree, and then picking up as many skills as I can while I'm in this software engineering role. So yeah, that's the first goal, and then once I've got that, sort of the opportunities in IT, like I said, the amount of areas I know that me and my peers have worked in, there's so many different opportunities, so many different diverse roles in IT at Ford. So hoping to progress into one of those. Obviously, when you come to the end of the apprenticeship, so I'll be in my fourth year next year. I'll be speaking with some of the Ford talent team, identifying open roles, identifying what I can do to help prepare for interviews, etc. And that will really help to grow and sort of direct my career. And also just chatting as well. Again, the use of past apprentices that have also been through this as well. They help to give a lot of advice, and there's a really good support and mentor system used at Ford that allows you to get that sort of open communication with people that have been through the same process as myself.
No, yeah, really important and really key to get that understanding, and also that Ford has your back in, getting the career progression and helping you get through your degree, I think is really key to highlight there. Is there anything else you'd like to add, or insights to best tips for people applying or things like that?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, best tips for people applying, I guess, is yeah, I guess I could just say some of the key skills that I've sort of realised working at Ford. So obviously being hardworking is one of them. It isn't easy studying and working, but obviously if you can apply yourself, you can really help to progress sort of your career and pick up so many great experiences. And also connect is the second one. Obviously, I started in COVID, which has been difficult. So it's been harder to build up those sort of connections and relationships. But it's also in, I guess, a way made it easier as everyone's been online when communicating with sort of the states and with even Australia, for example. It's a lot easier to speak over a meeting and build relationships with them. But then also being able to go into the office occasionally with my team is good. And then also just yeah, just be yourself is the last one as well. Forward like respect and people that are open and aren't afraid to voice their opinions because challenge is key in certain situations and you do yeah if you can give your opinion help drive process improvement that's definitely something that's good.